Third part of when your obsessive best friend kidnaps you. His dark obsession. Author point of view. Jimin saw Taehyung assaulting you. He had never witnessed Taehyung hurting you before. Putting all his effort, he stood on his trembling legs. Shards had wounded his whole body. He jerked off Taehyung from you. They were tangled up. A gushing sound tore your heart. Taehyung had pushed a big shard into Jimin's shoulder. Jimin's hand around Taehyung's neck lost its grip. His eyes were burning with panic and shock. Yan, Jimin, you ran to them. Taehyung's face was displaying the most devilish satisfaction. Yan, how could you do this? Jimin fell on his knees and spit blood. You were about to hold him, but Taehyung snatched you. You are not allowed to touch him, Yan. Yan, I was so wrong to believe you. While yelling, you pushed him back. He stumbled back and then raised his hand, but you hit him with a vase. He wasn't expecting that. Even your own heart was hurting, but you had no other chance. Taehyung had been admitted to get treated. You never wanted him to be sealed somewhere, but his uncle, who was the owner of a hospital, said that he will take the responsibility. You didn't object as you thought that this would be the best for him. After 1 week today, you came to meet him. Jimin also wanted to come, but you stopped him. He had 7 stitches. Although he looks fine, but you didn't want him to be in danger again. When you entered the room, your heart broke into million pieces. Seeing Taehyung being chained. His ankle was tied with an iron chain. The moment he saw you, he ran towards you and fell badly when Chain pulled him back. Jean. The pain in his voice hitched your breath. He helped him standing up and he hugged you. You gulped many tears, but still managed to flow out. Where were you, Jean? I called you day and night, but you didn't come. We both were crying in each other's arms. Jean, let's go. Please take me away. I don't want to live here. Breaking the ring of his arms, he held your hand to go with you. Jan, Taehyung, you need to get treated. Jan, I promise I'll do better. Please don't leave me here. While holding hands, you forced him to sit on the bed. Jan, do you remember what you did with me and Jimmy? He gulped down the saliva. I didn't do that. Jan, there is no he. You have to get yourself free. I didn't want to hurt you or Jimin, Jan, but you did, Taehyung. He had 7 stitches because you hurt him. No, I didn't. He yelled, yanking you more close to himself. Taehyung, he captured, and you felt like you were dying for this. You wanted to push him away, but your hands went to his hair. Your tears were mixing, increasing the toxicity of the moment. Ta, I love you. I love you so much. He mumbled in between, and you shifted to his lap, wrapping your legs around him. You love me, right? You let him. Feeling your breath hiked up. The room was filled with your heavy breathing and leaching to. He made you lay on the bed. The chain around his ankle rattled. I will make up for all that. He was decorating. None of you cared if the door was locked or not. Your eyes shot open when you felt. Before he could push, you unwrapped and backed away. He growled, and you started fixing your dress with wild beating of your heart. What? Wearing back your shirt, you stepped down, but he snatched you back. You were again losing it. Your sensitive veins were throbbing. Yan, we cannot do this. You are not normal, Taehyung. His brows furrowed. You pulled yourself from his arms. Ta, why you held my hand at first place when you were about to leave me like this? Jan, taehyung, I love you and I want you to be normal. Ta, no, you're killing me. You're throwing me out of your life. Jan, don't say. They torture me. And that is to treat me, huh? He yelled in pain and your eyes enlarged at the word torture. Jan, they are trying to help you, Taehyung, especially your uncle. He laughed sarcastically. You thought he is being about the torture to come with you. Ta, please don't leave me here, Jan. The door bursted and a flow of uniformed men came in. Jan, what's going on? They captured Taehyung and sealed him on the floor. Ta, Jan, help me, please. Jan, what are you doing? Leave him. You tried to pull those men away, but someone dragged you away from him. Jan, let go, Taehyung. Their grip at Taehyung was brutal, but the cold touch at your arm took you outside that room. You were standing in Mr. Kim's office, who was Taehyung's uncle. Jan, you said you will help him. This is not the way to treat a patient. He was unfazed by your words and loud voice. Mr. Kim, I don't care what you think, Jan. You were the one who reported him, and now I am doing my best to treat him. Jan, you call this treatment? Mr. Kim. He is dangerous for the society, so I am keeping him away from them. Jan, I will report you. Mr. Kim, it will be a waste of your time. Jimin was waiting for you at your home. You came in with a face wet in tears. Jimin, hey, what happened? He ran to you when you to your feet stumbled. With his arm around you, he helped you to the couch. Jan, I made a mistake, Jimin. Did you meet Taehyung? Jan, something is wrong. His uncle. He is hurting him. You told him everything that you saw there. Don't worry, we will help him, Jan. Jimin, what he did to you, that wasn't him. Jimin, I understand. Relax. Jimin, hey, why you look so pale? Your cheeks heated up at his sudden question. Jan, I am just tired, you know. He side hugged you. Jan, I need him. I will take him to somewhere else. Please help me. 2 days passed and there wasn't even a single second when you hadn't tried to save Taehyung. Jimin discovered many dark secrets of Taehyung's uncle that now you were feeling guilty for all the pain that Taehyung was suffering. It was a night and you were sleeping. It was nighttime and you were sleeping in your room. You were wearing a sleeveless white shirt and black shorts. Was heaving up and down. The motion speed up when you felt someone was touching you. The touch was familiar. In sleep, you were feeling the incident that happened between you and Taehyung in the hospital room. Lines appeared on your forehead, followed by a layer of sweat when the pleasure was mixing with pain. You opened your eyes in a shot and was panting to catch your breath. Jan, why I felt that. Rubbing your chest, you tried to ease your anxiety while entering the lounge, but the state of lounge blew your mind. Many decoration pieces were broken on the floor. There was blood shattered on the floor. The first thought that crossed your mind was of Jimin. You, from the last 2 days, Jimin was staying with you at your home. You ran to the room and it was a mess. There was more blood there. You sat on the floor while screaming his name. Jan, what's happening here? Jimin. Landline number in the lounge rang and you flinched. You were barefoot. Hearing the ring, you ran to pick the call and didn't care when you stepped on a piece of glass. Jan, hello, da, butterfly. That was Taehyung, but the only person who calls you butterfly was we. Jan, Taehyung, how you? Where is Jimin? Da, first call my name, then we will talk. It was difficult to endure the pain in your heart. You were only thinking about Jimin. Where are you? My name, Jan. Tears in your throat were strangling you. We. Please say that Jimin is fine. Please. Come to It was an old warehouse. You ran there without bothering to wear any shoes. You were hyperventilating. Jimin, but there was no sign of him. You were limping here and there looking for Jimin. Ah, what a pity. You turned towards him, and the same dark look in his eyes scared you. He was approaching, and you didn't move. Ta, you came for him, not for me. Standing close to you, he looked into your teary eyes. Where is Jimin? So eager to meet him. We want to help you. We were trying to take you out of there. Please don't hurt him. He is innocent. Ta, you did hit me and then locked me there. I loved you and that is how you paid. Jimin, he's fine. Wanna meet him? You nodded. And he took another step, eating up all the air between you two. Let's make, then I will not hurt him. His cold fingers were at your shoulder. That made you shudder under his mercy. To be continued. I'll upload next part soon. Stay safe and healthy. Love you, Ami.